Good morning, everybody. We're at Derby Train. Yeah, train's here. Sorry, Carl, train's here. Yeah. We're going to do the intro, but the train's here. Carl said he can't smile because it's the morning.
Then you actually tested it out, like, actually can't.
You smile? It's a bit better than it was a minute ago. Right, we need to get on the train, Carl. Oh no, we're that way. Quick. Oh. Basically, we are going to London and we're going to Lee Valley Velodrome and we're going to meet Bradley Wiggins. Then we're going to just spend the afternoon in London and I'm doing a book talk at Pinarello tonight. So, busy day, but I didn't realise the train was coming right now. Where's Kyle gone? There he is. So, we'll see you in a bit. We're on the train now, but it's quite quiet. So, we'll see you when we get to London. We've got 2 hours. Kyle, you going to get some catnip?
Yeah, I am.
It's not happy. It's morning. You'll be happy when you meet Bradley Wiggins. That's where we're heading today.
Well, I have to keep getting up early with you arranging these things.
Oh, next time I'll go on my own then.
No.
So you can have a change of mind later. I've got to, your challenge is the morning, my challenge is we don't get home till 11 PM tonight and I've got to do a 200k tomorrow. So.
I'll be doing that working.
And a 300k the next day, so. Right, anyway, see you in London. Right, we've made it to London, aka St Pancras International. Basically, we're heading to Lee Valley Velodrome because they're doing an influencer day. The only thing this man's influencing is Greg's food diet.
Just seen it.
Just seen Greg, so we're heading there for his breakfast.
People always think I love Greg's.
You do?
But I do like sausage rolls.
I know,
Greg's
exactly.
is nice, but
do you like it?
Yeah. I don't go there very often.
Music on. So anyway, Carl's focusing on what he wants for breakfast. Oh, that looks frank.
The bread looks very white.
Looks anemic.
I mean, it looks absolutely drowned in brown sauce.
Get that in. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, you better get that down you because you're going on the track in a bit.
Might not.
Oh, please go on it. Basically, we've been invited to Lee Valley because in 31st of October to 2nd of November there's a 3-day track event which looks really exciting that we're going to go and watch, aren't we? I love watching the track, but I hate going on. I've been on it once in my life and it was not good. I didn't even make it halfway.
We're actually watching some racing today?
No, we're not watching any racing. We're getting a tour around the track. We get an option to go on the track, which I don't think I'm going to do. I have got my kit with me, but I'm just really, I don't want to fall off, and I'm worried about, you know, I've got Tour de France coming up, so I can't risk anything. The last time I went on, I mean, it wasn't, I just can't do it. I just get too stressed. But you were whipping around when you went on. And then we get to meet Bradley Wiggins, so very excited. And then I'm doing a book talk later at Pinarello, so we've got a busy day. Right, we've made it to Stratford. We've got like half an hour till we need to be there and we don't want to be early. So Kyle's gone to the toilet and then we've got a little walk to Lee Valley. I can't believe we're meeting Bradley Wiggins today. But oh, here he comes. He's strutting his stuff. He's asked me 5 times if his trainers are white enough, and he's also asked me 3 times if his outfit's okay. So I think he's a bit excited about meeting Bradley. He wants to make a good impression. Outfit check. Outfit check.
That looks presentable.
Yeah. Only thing is laces are a bit cool behind.
Yeah. Shall I tuck them in? I'll tuck them in.
What do you mean tuck them in?
As in?
You going to tuck them in your shoes?
Yeah.
Why are you so stressed about your outfit?
I just want to look half presentable.
What are you going to ask Bradley?
Nothing really.
No, we've got to ask him some questions. It's a Q&A. I might ask him like, I think I'm going to ask him like what's his most, like his toughest thing in his racing career. But obviously he's been through loads of tough stuff in his life as well, so we might want to talk about that. But I am also going to ask him about what he likes to eat after a ride. I'm always interested in that. Please go on the track, Kyle.
My knee's hurting though.
Oh no,
I'm not risking anything.
What's you done to your knee?
Dodgy knee. I've been doing that extension, but I was like twisting around a lot yesterday. And it was giving me a bit of jip.
You better look after your body. You need to be cycling in your 80s, you do, so come on. Get some physio down you.
I won't be here in my 80s.
Yes, you will. You better be. Right, well, we're going the right way because Lee Valley Valley Park. Let's get there. You right, Kyle?
Yeah. I actually quite like going to Velodrome. I find something quite
I've only ever
cool.
been to a velodrome once. Oh no, we cycled past them. We've been to 3.
4.
Have we?
Mallorca.
Oh
5.
yeah.
Roubaix.
Oh yeah.
Roubaix.
I've been on one once.
Actually, you've been on 2.
It didn't end well for me. Well, nothing bad happened, but I just didn't really get up there.
Been on 2.
I got up to the little blue line about not even a quarter of the way up. So I was too scared. When I went on the velodrome, I just look at it and I think, I'm defying gravity there, and I'm going to fall down the side. And I don't like going around corners fast.
Yeah.
And because you've got no brakes on the bike and you have to keep pedaling, like you have to go a certain speed to be up the side.
You say 15 then, but the pros can actually track stand at the top of the track.
It's mental, but I just think I can't brake, so I'm going to have to go around the corner fast if I'm going around the top or even around the middle. So for me, it's just anxiety provoking, and I'm about enjoyment, and that's not enjoyable for me. So I'll just happily watch. And yeah, I'm looking forward to actually going in October to watch the pros, because I love watching it. Not for me. Give me a 24-hour time trial on the road any day over that.
That's nice brick.
For goodness sake, it's the second lot of bricks you pointed out.
Bad perks though, not very good brickwork.
Perks of being married to a builder. Every brick you go past gets assessed. Anyway, there's the velodrome, Kyle.
Anyway, what I'll say is you've actually started on 3 velodromes.
Yeah.
Roubaix.
Roubaix wasn't really count. I went around the bottom. Went around the bottom of that as well.
Yeah, you did. I went round.
Basically, my version of cycling on velodrome is go round the bottom. So
I went higher up on both of those.
Yeah, you went at the top in Derby.
And then Derby, I actually went right to the top.
Now, this is a street I would love to live on. Peloton Avenue. Yes, please. Someone's having a video outside. That's probably a more professional influencer than we are. Well, I say as I whack my umbrella under the tree. When people say, oh, we're having an influencer today, I think, I'm not an influencer, I'm just a professional idiot here.
Very polished, Amy, that was.
Well, literally, I'm here with a 300 quid GoPro over there. They've got a professional camera, probably worth about a few grand.
So dizzy. That was very polished, that was. You walking into
I just like to be honest, my videos are just me with my camera. You like it or you lump it. Anyway, he's doing a proper intro here, so better go. So the person with the professional camera has just got in his car with his iPhone taking a photo.
I just heard him say, let's see if I can do a lap of at the speed of the hour record. Come on, mate. Grow up. You're not doing
He's only joking, Kyle.
No, he's not joking. He says, drop a comment and what's it below.
He's trying to get clickbait into. Right, Lee Valley Meadow Park.
Amy, Pippo's got that record.
You're going to meet him in a minute. Let's not badmouth anyone. Right, can I have a photo under here? I feel like I should have a photo under here, Kyle. Let me have a quick photo. Yeah, you do look like a tourist. I am a tourist in London. Now inside the velodrome, it says prepare for the rush. Prepare for the anxiety attack. If I go on the track, I tell you that. I don't think I'm going to go on, Kyle. Maybe I could just go around the bottom again. I liked it on the blue bit.
Mine easier, so probably not.
I think that's just an excuse. Here we are. I'll go around this blue bit just to say I've been on it. Does that count? I've decided I am going to go on. I'm going to try and get to the blue line again. It's a lot less daunting than Derby, and even the instructor said that, yeah, they've been to Derby and it's like a brutal one there. So
when you get to the blue line, it doesn't get any steeper.
Yeah, but I'm not going any higher than the blue line. That's enough for me. But it's less scary than Derby because it doesn't look as steep. But Bradley's over there. Kyle Bradley's over there, literally.
At the 3-day, it's a captive audience. It's not like a road race. You haven't got to sit at the side of the road and watch 15 seconds of everyone flying past. You've got 4 hours of beer, fun, excitement and entertainment. You've got this guy, multiple Olympic champion, multiple world champion, Tour de France winner. And I've known him since he was 12.
My first ever race at Hayes, Tony, you won that day.
Yeah.
But I did the young race. Like Tony's older than me.
He just told me that by the end of the day, Andy will have me around the top. Andy, you've got your work cut out. I think that's happening, mate.
Right,
because I will not be going to the top.
Yes, you will. You will.
This is, do you like me called Lou?
Lou,
not Louise. This is Lou, also fellow pink bike.
Yes.
Pink bike owner.
Good
also
to finally
ridden the
meet you.
men's Tour de France with a group of women.
Yes.
But, yeah,
I didn't do the transfers.
Yeah, but you still did epic. Still a massive achievement. I've not done it yet, so you know. I'm aiming for the blue line. That man told me I'll be at the top. You don't know me, mate. You don't know the levels in this head of anxiety. But yeah, I'll just be happy to go round. Right, the coach has just given me my shoes. We're actually on Brander Lake and mitts. Got mitts. Kyle's a bit jealous because Bradley's actually going to come on the track with us. You bet you wish your knee wasn't playing it now, don't you?
So I just risk it?
Is that knee injury gradually going to disappear?
Gradually? Or magically?
I mean, magically.
Yeah,
spontaneously going to disappear in the next half an hour. I reckon you'll be on here. I know you can't resist it. Look at his face.
I'm a bit gutted, to be honest.
Go and get changed, go on.
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
Why?
I don't want to hurt myself.
Oh, for goodness sake.
As long as
It's not going to hurt
drive
yourself.
around the tour, it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come in, eh?
Sat riding off. We'll just drive.
Yeah.
With video of a few.
Yeah, oh well, you can video. Go on. You can have my phone and the GoPro. I'm giving reins of the camera to Kyle now, so good luck with
The
this.
track and me wanting to stay on.
No, I'm going on. Scaredness levels on a scale of 1 to 100, 98.5. There's no brakes, you can't stop pedalling, and you have to go, you know, I can't brake on the corner.
It's fun. I'm jealous.
Get yourself on here then.
I don't want to hurt myself. I don't think.
I feel like I'm gonna have,
You're the one that always
I feel like
says
I'm gonna have an angina attack.
if you've got a niggle, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Try
If
and
you've got a
force
niggle,
it.
don't force it. But I do feel like it was a bit of an excuse this morning. You've made up this injury.
Excuse it this
and now that
morning.
you've made
When
up
did I
this
tell you
injury-
about it?
You told me this morning.
2 days ago I told you about
Did
it. Yes.
Oh,
Literally when I was doing the
I
extension.
was on a different planet then. Right, anyway, let's get on the
And
track.
last night.
This could be a bad idea. Bradley's over there though, I can't let him down. Come on.
Come on, he'll give you some pointers. Skills.
You put it up, it might go up a little bit, but try and see how you go.
We're ready. I feel like I'm going to a boxing ring or something. I feel like I need some do. Hear that?
Oh,
Eye
the
of a tiger. Yeah.
There we go. You know your music, don't you?
Eye of a tiger.
Nice,
More like
get
eye of a kitten with me. That's the level I'm going. Kitten level.
Meerkat.
We've got kitten level. No, actually, yeah. We've got meerkat. We've got kitten. No, actually, kitten, meerkat, cat. And then
Is it hard to think of a lion?
aggressive feline, and then a lion.
Feline?
Aggressive feline.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Feline?
I'll be an aggressive feline later if I don't get some food. Right, I'm a bit scared. Oh no, this is the worst bit, just starting off, isn't it?
No, just pull yourself along.
I'll give it a big pull. Put your hand right out. Strong pull. Big pull, come on.
Concentration. Here she comes.
I'm kind of like...
Slow it.
Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah, you do, to slow it down. You've got to go.
I'm not going up,
No,
I
go
can't
on.
do it.
Go on.
And I'm not going up. Right, I'm not going up there today. I'm not in the mindset. I can't even get up to the black line.
You can.
I can't.
Just move up slightly.
We could try, so now they're off,
It's just a confidence
can I
thing.
get you to try a different thing?
Yeah,
Okay, so ride round on the blue,
yeah,
and then when you get to the end there,
yeah,
you're going to come up to whatever height you want,
yeah.
but ideally set sort of the blue, so you give it a little bit, but then you come back down
Okay.
to the light blue, and you just get used to it. If your confidence comes back,
Yeah.
just go into the corner a bit more,
Okay.
and then come off,
Okay.
yeah? Because it just gets you used to that kind of push into it.
And it's not as steep as it, so you can do that.
Go and have a go now,
go now.
while they're having a rest.
Yeah, there's no one here.
And then just on each straight, just go up and down and just getting used to the bike and the track, getting back onto the track.
Okay.
And you don't have to do the bends.
I'll have a go.
Yeah, see what happens. Check
Go on.
it. Always works.
Sure. Hey mate. Go up. Up. Perfect. That's perfect.
And then
That's really steep.
She's done well there. Push, Amy. That's really good. How's that?
I'm having a heart attack.
Hey, you did it. That was really good. Keep going, keep going. You're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. Keep rolling.
Jeez.
You can definitely go up to the blue line. You did really well then.
did go to
Saying
the
how
blue
relaxed you look really good.
I went to the blue line.
Yeah. Feel good?
Went to the black line in my mind, wherever that is. In hell somewhere.
No, the black line's here.
That was a rush, I tell you
No,
that.
no, the black line's
Oh,
there.
the black line's at the bottom. And I didn't think I was going to do that today.
No, you did
I
amazing.
just thought, right, Amy, you're not a failure today. Get up there.
Get yourself to the blue line.
I said to myself, stop being silly and get up there.
You did really well there.
That's
Really
as far
smooth.
as I'm going, because I'm shaking.
No, the
Look,
blue
I'm
line.
Shaking,
Oh,
guys.
okay.
Get a zoom in on that. That's not put on. There's a little shake going on.
You can definitely go to the blue. We were saying that. You were so
When
relaxed.
you go around the corner, you have to like push.
Yeah, because you.
And then, because obviously it's harder, but then like when I was going around that corner, I was trying not to put down thinking ahead of where I was going.
He's explaining something to me. So I said, how did the pros go so slow on the corner?
Yeah.
And you were saying in each. So they say in the velodrome there's 4 corners rather than 2 ends.
Yeah.
So there's 4 corners, and you see where it ramps up there.
Yeah.
If you're hitting that slowly, that's when you're going to come off.
Yeah.
What he says, if you draw a line from that ramp straight across here, you're basically keeping like the same level. So you go high there and then drop into the middle.
Oh, right.
And that's how you go slowly because level's staying the same.
My leg's shaking.
That's good, isn't it?
No.
Quite interesting.
I'm a bit stressed.
I'm a bit.
It was a rush, I tell you that.
Glad you did it. I was nervous for you.
You can't think of anything else while you're on there other than just riding.
Yeah.
So it's a good,
Keep
it's
turning
good
your
for
pedal.
mental health, but it's not good for my heart or my adrenaline levels.
No, you did well.
I don't know if I'm going to go round again. I think that's,
You are.
might have one more go, but that's enough for me later.
Just go to the blue on the last one. Just get a bit of speed up.
Get a bit of speed up.
Yeah, look, they're already out the way,
Can't go
look.
any faster, Kyle.
Come on, you can go faster.
Get him.
I've seen you ride loads faster than that. Look at that.
She's doing amazing.
Yeah,
They were
she's-
straight up there, like whippers they were.
Yeah.
She's got a game face on.
Come on then.
I don't have a game face.
Right, it's forward then.
Second time's always the worst because you're preempting what happens.
I feel good now I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got up there. I just need to have a word with myself.
Faster.
It's my last one, and then I'm done.
Blue line. Come on. Stay there. Go on, stay there. Stay there. You're doing really well. Well done. Did really well.
Jesus, I might have to get me a grave.
What was that?
Blue line. On a scale of 1 to 100 of scared levels, I was on 100. But I thought, Kyle said to me, you got to get to the blue line, so I thought I'll do it.
No, you did really well. I'm
I
proud of you.
kept going blue line, relax your shoulders.
And it's not much harder than where you were, was it?
No, it's actually fine. You just have to pedal a bit harder around the corners, and I think I need to go a bit faster. 'cause
Probably
I'm
just
going
get a
very
bit more
fast.
speed into the corner.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm scared because I don't want to go fast, and then when I'm having to come down, then I'll still be going fast, and I'll have
No,
to go
but
around
you,
here faster.
but you surprise yourself because your legs, you know, as you come down, you think you're going really fast.
Yeah, but you're not.
If I'm actually watching your legs, you spin faster normally,
Yeah,
like when you're going down an hill.
it's just, you know,
Yeah, it's all in your head.
that's enough for me for today. That is over there.
Apparently that's pickleball.
Pickleball. I love that word, pickleball.
I don't even know what that is.
I'll be pickled after this. My guts are, definitely.
Tickle me pickle.
You're taking the Michael here. Hey, Michael's coming later to my book talk at Pinarello, my dad, aka Michael, Big Mike.
Mike JH.
Yeah, he'll be on the camera later on the train home, so get ready for that chaos.
Did you ever have the voices when you first went on a track?
I did, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. It's funny. I was looking at pictures the other day. It popped up on my Instagram of the old Leicester track. Leicester was Saffron Lane Stadium in Leicester. It's no longer there, but it was the only bank track we had in the country back in the. Sorry? It was outdoor. A wooden outdoor track. We used to have the British Championships there. The World Championships were there in 1970. And
We only, sorry to pitch in, but we only got Manchester in 1995.
yeah.
Before then, and that was only as a result of the Olympic 2000 bid. We didn't have an indoor track.
So, which was one of the reasons why we, aside from the money and the equipment and full-time athletes and stuff, was one of the reasons why we could never be competitive in the world, was because we never had an indoor track. Now I think there's 6 of them, isn't there? At least 5.
5 plus one,
Yeah.
a small one, yeah.
So it's something that so when we were growing up, when I was growing up, we didn't have an indoor velodrome. There was a lot of outdoor velodromes, Herne Hill, Reading, Welling. And I went to ride Leicester when I was 14 because the British Championships were on there, and I went to do a session a few months before it because just to get on the track I couldn't be competitive unless I could ride the bank track. And funnily enough, the story with it, there was a woman called Jackie Harris who was a British sprinter who's married to Phil Griffiths, who brings Pinarello in, etc. She helped me get on the track, and I still remind her to this day, without her I would never have got on the track. So she took me around on the black line. I went up, I was skipping off a bit, I was really slipping, and she couldn't understand why I was slipping. So we come off the track, she said, it's easy, you're just feeling like you're slipping, but you're not actually slipping. So I went up again, and I actually slipped, come down the straight. So she came off, she looked at and my mum used to put boot polish on my tyres to make them look black. Yeah, and so she scraped all this boot polish off my tyres, and I got back on the track, and I was fine, and I was away. And I rode the British Championships, did okay, but I had another year as a juvenile, and I came back the following year, and I won the British title. So yeah, I did have those voices, but it was a contribution of boot polish also. Because you know on the cars you put that polish that makes the tyre. My mum used to put it on my track wheels to make my tyres look. the best Madison pairings have a telepathy between them where you don't have to say much, or you can just tell when you come into change, you can tell how fatigued your partner is just by the strength of their hand.
Yeah.
Little things like
or is
that.
this a change where we need a hard change or an easy change? Is there a sprint coming up?
Yeah. And when I was riding with Cav quite a lot, obviously Cav would do the sprints, so the points that were on offer every 20 laps, Cav would do those. So we'd time him so we'd get him in for 2 laps to go, so he could be competitive in those sprints. So I would do the bulk of the donkey work. So I would then tell Cav to stay out next change. So I'd be thinking 2 changes ahead. So I'd come in and say, Cav, you rest next one. So I'd do a double turn. And then we constantly look at the lap board, constantly looking where he is on the track. You can never take your eyes off the race in a 6-day race, which is strange because there's so much going on in the middle. You have to be so concentrated, so focused, and so aware of where your partner is in the race. And not just that, you need to be looking at the lap board as well, or the scoreboard, to see what other teams are on laps, and because there's so much going on. The reason it's called the Madison was because the first ever 6-day race was in Madison Square Garden. And at that time, in the first one, when they did, you would ride for 6 days straight, which is why you had two riders. So while you were resting, your pair would be going round, and you change. So then, obviously, now it's condensed into a 45-minute chase or an hour. But they would race for 6 days straight, which is why you had 2 riders.
24 hours a day.
I did 10 minutes right there.
Which is, yeah.
And that's why when you come to the 3-day, you'll see that the riders have cabins. And they've evolved over the years, but the cabins were for the riders to sleep in. Yeah. They'd sleep in there, they'd shave in there, they'd wash in there.
Blooming heck.
Yeah.
So it's great that we've still got this sort of this event from what was a cultural phenomenon in cycling terms, and it's slowly over the years it's been dying off. But even 20 years ago, it was almost a national sport in its own right in Germany, and it was huge. And the people that rode it were national heroes. And you know, when I rode Munich in the late 90s, David Hasselhoff came and played live in the track centre because he'd famously sang on the Berlin Wall when they knocked that down, didn't he? And just things like that. It was.
Rod Stewart used to sing at the London 6-day.
Yeah.
When it was at Earls Court and Wembley, they used to have Rod Stewart along.
Harry Styles is doing this year's London 3-day.
Promise.
He's yet to confirm.
Yeah, asterisk.
Why do you think it has dropped? Like, why is it not as big?
Sport's changed, doesn't it? The way we can consume sport has changed. You know, athletics meets aren't like they used to be as well. You know, it's
cricket.
Everything's changed. You've got 2020 cricket now. You know, it's
and it's kind of your fault. It's the YouTube generation's fault that everything has to be in small, digestible, bite-sized stuff. That no one wants to go and watch Test cricket.
And one of the other reasons is as big as road cycling has become, and the the commercialisation of that, and so higher salaries. You know, riders like Tadej Pogačar are now getting paid 8-9 million. You know, in the winter, the riders like Eddie Merckx, Tommy Simpson, this is where they would make most of their money because they wouldn't get paid a lot on the road. So they would come and they would be the stars of the 6-day scene and take away 15-20 grand per 6-day, and that was where they earned the bulk of their money. Now it's not worth them coming to ride for that sort of money. So, you know, and London 3-day organisers, etc., can't simply make it worth their while to come. So it's as that pendulum has swung in favour of the road and the TV revenue and things like that riders now.
There's also this like risk element as well, you know, because you phone up UAE and ask them to send Tadej to come and ride this, and they'll be like, he's worth 9 million quid to us. We're not doing that.
And track cycling was a summer sport up until about 10-12 years ago. You know, the Worlds were in the summer.
Yeah.
And so the winter was, you know, road stars could come in and ride in the winter when it was the off-season for the track riders. Whereas now, track cycling has become a winter sport in many ways because the Worlds are in March, so the whole preparation sort of goes back to October and September time. So it's hard to get the best riders now when they're in preparation for a World Cup that may be the week after.
And also, you mentioned about when it is. The road season now is so long. You know, people are finishing Lombardy in sort of mid-late October, and they're going to training camp end of November, beginning of December.
Yeah.
So, well, I've got to move house, I've got to get married, I've got to go on holiday or whatever they're doing. There just isn't that time to come and do it, unfortunately. And, you know, there's that fewer events now as well. We're only 3 days, we're not 6 days. I think Ghent is now the only real true 6-day, and Ghent is to 6-day racing what Monaco is to Formula One. People will go to Ghent, whoever's there, you know, the building's falling down, it's 200 years old, but it's Ghent.
What was your least favourite type of racing on the track, or thing you did on the track? The hour, was that the most?
I mean, no, I only did one, so it's not, it's not something that, yeah, but I mean, that wasn't pleasant. I enjoyed the training for it, funnily enough.
Okay.
Yeah, just I'd come in empty velodrome and do half an hour at pace, and I could be away in my own little world. Obviously, something like that, you can't prepare for what it's going to be like on race day. So when I came in and did the hour record on race day, the TV, because it was on Sky, so there was pay-per-view on Sky. So I was due to start at 6:30, and TV cameras weren't ready, and all those sort of things that added extra sort of, kind of made it a bit more challenging. And obviously getting up on the track and the building full of people. That day we had the building at 26 degrees. We'd had it all week at 26 degrees because that was the optimal temperature to ride through the air. They didn't account for when you put 5,000 people in here or whatever. It went up to 36 degrees by the end of the hour. Oof. So it was just a catalogue of errors, and it was that was probably the least. And plus the performance wasn't great. I think I'd hoped to go a lot further than I did, but the air pressure was the highest it had been in London for 36 years, 36 millibar, which was like riding through a treacle. And
because they say at altitude it's easier to get through the
air pressure's lower, so you travel through the air faster. But I think people went away happy that day, and it was a great event. And but I was lucky also because I had a lot a leeway to play with. Dowsett I think had gone 52.9 6 weeks before, and I was hoping to go into 56.5, so I had a 4 kilometre to play with. And had he done 54.3 and I was 100 metres ahead of him with 10 minutes to go, that would have been a different ball game. One of the things with the hour record is there's no second place there. You either do it or you fail.
Yeah.
And so that prevents a lot of people taking it on in the first place. Whereas when I took it on, the record would have been back to zero after Boardman's, record that had laid dormant for 20 years. So,
were you always going to do it here?
I wanted to do it in Manchester.
Right.
Because it was between the Pennines, it was faster, but by then I was being managed by XIX Entertainment, Simon Fuller, and who looked after the Spice Girls and David Beckham, and they wanted to make an event of it and make money out of it, which they did.
Yeah.
Everyone made money out of that event but me. But I don't, that aside, things for me, I realised the importance of the hour record. I'd watched Chris Boardman do it, Graham O'Brien, Tony Rominger, Miguel Indurain. Miguel Indurain was here in the track centre that day and came trackside afterwards when I broke it, and he was my hero when I was a kid. Yeah. So it's from me, the fan in me, the event is far more important than the honour of taking the hour record and being on that list was far more important than anything else.
Do you think 60 kilometres is possible one day, or is that
why not? I mean, every other event, every other record is being taken in cycling. When you look at the team pursuit now, I think it's 3:38 the world record, 3:39.
Yeah, 3:39.
We broke the Olympic record in 2000 in Sydney. We did 4:01, and 20 years on, it's 21 seconds have come off that. And you never think it could get any faster, but it does. Bikes evolve, the equipment's evolved. Even 6-day racing now, when me and Cav got second here, now the gears that we were using then compared to the gears they use now, that whole of track cycling is just faster and faster now, to the point where we saw last year in the Track Champions League where someone went over the fence. Because one incident, that's the speed these people are going now, that it catapults you outwards. And but that is what makes a spectacle of track cycling. That's what people are going to get here when they're here in October. And, regardless of the names that are on the track, we've got the world's best track cyclists here. They might not be household names, the Mark Cavendishes, this world Geraint Thomases, but nonetheless, it is an event not to be missed.
I think what Brad was saying there about the team pursuit times, when we were riding on the squad, getting below 4 minutes was the be all and end all. If you went below 4 minutes, you would
4-minute mile back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said you used cycling in the past for like headspace and stuff like that, and you was very driven. Would you have enjoyed like ultra cycling or like bike packing or anything like that? No, you wouldn't have wanted to ride a bike for a long time.
No. I mean, the longest I did on a bike was about 16 hours in one go. I did Rafa Manchester to London when I retired, and I did enjoy that. But it's not something I want to do weekly. No.
One ride a week.
No, I mean,
look,
too much time.
The beauty of track cycling is it's so quantifiable, and you can measure it really well, and you can measure it in terms of you know, how far off the pace you are and what you have to do to close that gap, how you train to the demands of an event to close the gap, whether it was team pursuit and individual pursuit. The Madison racing is a little bit more of a lottery, which is why I enjoyed it. But there's things you can work on in it. But, you know, anything longer than that, like the Tour de France, that there's more things that can impact and there's more that can go wrong. And you need it's a bit of a lottery and you need a bit of luck on your side. But I liked the process of training to things that you could break down and train to the demands of, so you could see improvement. Because improvement, you know, people say, well, why, you know, what would you give advice to kids that get into cycling? That is it. The stock answer for people is, you know, do you got to enjoy what you do? I never really enjoyed what I did, but I enjoyed seeing improvement. And that's the thing I realise now, looking back, is seeing improvement in anything you're doing gives you hope and motivation to carry on doing it. And I enjoyed seeing that, and I enjoyed things that you could measure. And I realise now that that's what I enjoyed about doing it, which is why I love the track so much.
Must be cool seeing your son out there too.
Yeah, no, he's great. You know,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Is
And
that what
he's
most focused on in track for him.
well, he loves the Madison. You know, it's in his roots. You know, and yeah, he was here when I won the Worlds with Cav in 2016, and you know, he's good at it. You know, and he got third last year in this event.
Yeah.
He wanted to ride with Cav last year. I know you were in talks with Cav.
We got that close.
And that would have been great to see Cav. I'd race for Cav, and if Ben could have raced for Cav, but wasn't to be.
Sorry, raced for Jayco recently as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's hoping to turn pro next year. So
he's with their feeder team at the moment.
I saw that. Yeah.
Has he got plans for like world tour, Tour de France, that sort of thing?
He'd love to do all that.
Oh, that's cool.
He's on the verge of it right now.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying earlier about World Tour cyclists on the road and the track. It's all part of one now, so rather than being two
Yeah,
separate
so
things.
we used to ride a lot of the big road events for Great Britain. Great Britain used to have a sort of its own pro team setup, so to speak, and that's gone now, unfortunately. And most of the pro riders drop in for the track. It's like secondary because they're making so much money on the road. The track comes secondary, whereas when we were doing it, it was almost in Britain, especially, it was the other way around, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I believe Ed Clancy didn't want it. He just specifically like track pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, but Ed was a freak of an athlete that was the best in the world for so long at what he did, and he couldn't do anything else outside. I mean, he's a great crit rider, but Ed was anything longer than an hour. You talk about ultras, like Ed couldn't do it. He was just all fast twitch endurance athlete who crossed over into the sprint realms. You know, I mean, his kilometre here at the London Olympics it would have won him a world title at one time, wouldn't it? Yeah. And he almost was this new hybrid kind of sprint endurance athlete that inspired the next generation of team pursuiters to the kind of rider they look for a team pursuit now because of the speeds they're riding. So Ed, remarkable athlete, and
he rode for a German pro team with Landau credit. With
He's never really spoke about that, has he?
No, he rode a lot of the world's biggest races.
He's just an absolute
like he started Liège-Bastogne-Liège for Landau credit. Ed said, I rode Liège-Bastogne. He never went back to Liège. He went to Bastogne and climbed off.
What's
You have to remind me that.
what are you like most proud of in your career?
Most proud of? I don't know. I suppose being part of a generation that inspired, you know, as the reason why most people in this country ride a bike. You know, I think, and not just myself, but Sir Chris Hoy, Mark Cavendish, Geraint Thomas, Victoria Pendleton, you know, Lizzie Armistead or Lizzie Digan, Jason Kenny, you know, Laura Kenny. I mean, it was a privilege to be around such a generation of athletes that inspired a country to get on their bikes, really. And we're living. That is the living legacy of the London 2012 Games. Is how we are perceived now as a nation, not just of elite cyclists, but just, you know, coming across London. I mean, the amount Richmond Park. We were there the other week, weren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy the amount of people that go around there.
It's like a velodrome in itself, isn't it? Just the amount of people.
You know, it's crazy.
This is a really random question, but what, you know, after you've done like a really hard race or something, what's your favourite post-ride meal when you get home?
Well, we used to have Five Guys. That was the thing. When I did the hour record, I finished the hour record, and they brought Five Guys in. But Five Guys wasn't around much long before that. But yeah, that was kind of towards the end. We were always looking forward to a Five Guys here. Because my kids were really into it then, and that was like the big thing. You have a Five Guys, you know.
And get on board with that.
Yes.
My a few years ago, I had testicular cancer, and getting through that, looking up to like Lance Armstrong, who survived it. Obviously, he gets a lot of stick and he's very controversial or whatever.
Yeah.
But he gave me so much hope that I thought,
Exactly,
if
you know,
he can do it,
yeah,
then
and that's
I'll
the
be
thing,
fine.
yeah.
How has your relationship with him been since going through your dark
Terrible. I
times?
was going to say terrible. Good. No, really good. Really good.
Obviously, you're on the move.
Look, Lance did what he did, you know, and again, that was 13 years ago now, the whole Oprah thing, you know. But he's a human being, you know, and it's a bit disproportionate to what some people get away with, you know. But, you know, again, people are free to have an opinion on that, how they feel, you know, they do. You know, he's polarising, Lance.
Yeah.
And he's left an open wound in the sport that took a long time to heal.
How has he helped you?
He's been fantastic to me, you know. He's looked out for me, you know, paid for a lot of my treatment and therapy and things like that. He's inspired me to stop drinking, inspired me, gave me hope, gave me a job, and you know, he's been great. And you can only, you know, take people how they treat you. But again, that's not, you know, we always have to put a disclaimer in. It's not to condone everything he did with drugs and stuff. But you know, he has a right to live his life, and he's got 5 kids, he's got a wife, and it is what it is. People have the right to feel how they want to feel about him. Yeah.
And then with, obviously George Hincapie's son races a lot.
Yeah, he does.
Does Ben, your son, race with him? Or have they
No, I
raced
don't think they've crossed paths
yet?
yet. Enzo's a junior still.
Oh, okay.
Ben's in the under 23, but yeah.
Do you think they'll end up crossing paths?
They probably will at one point, yeah, I'm sure they will. Nigel, be nice to Amy.
We did a message to Nigel, and also I got Brad to sign a thing for Laura that says, "Hello there, me lover."
She's going to be proper.
So she's going to absolutely love that. And I got one for my dad as well that says, "Get longer cycling shorts," because...
So we are northern, but the way you say that sounds like you're from Shropshire or something.
Yeah, hello there, me lover. Me and Laura always say it to each other, so I got Brad to, wait, I can show you. It says, "Hello there, me lover," and he signed it for her, so I'm going to give her that when I get home. Laura will love that. Right, top tip for you when you're at a buffet. Get yourself the little serviettes, help yourself. Brownie, oh no, actually I got you a caramel slice and a flapjack. Saving dollar for later.
I'm jealous.
When he's hungry later. These two missed out.
I missed that.
Apparently they had a minimum order, so he said just take what you want.
Take what you want. And Kyle got his hat signed by Brad.
Yeah.
He's never wearing this again. Google mapped cafes in the area and I found this place. It's called Thingy Cafe. I like the name. But I'm just devouring a chai latte because after all that adrenaline I burnt on the track, I need to replace the sugars in my body. And I've also got a mushroom sandwich on order, and I love mushrooms, so. I always like to find a good quality cafe, and I think I've succeeded on this one. A mushroom sandwich and sourdough. Chai, Kyle's got chicken.
Chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
Can I have a look inside? Do you mind? I've washed your hands.
I feel like you're going to anyway.
You
No, you go for
Go
it.
on, have a look in. Oh yeah, ooh, saucy.
Look, you love looking at mine.
It's in mine. Oh yeah, look at that.
Horrible.
Right, we walked 14,000 steps and we realised we were going to be late for Sun God, so we had to quickly get on a tube train. One word. Cesspit. I need a face mask. I feel like I'm going to get contaminated with germs and a cold. Don't like it, Kyle. Right, we're off the tube train and we're in Covent Garden heading to Sun God. It's the only shop they've got in the UK, so I'm very excited to see it. I think we're going to get some new sunnies, so Kyle's happy. So you can literally just build whatever you want, basically?
Yeah.
Look at that. Decisions, Kyle. Do you want the white or the black?
What, top?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll build a pair.
Go to the lens first.
Yeah. Pick
Right,
a lens, and I'll probably put lenses in both, and then you can decide.
I can't remember what all
I've
the...
gone
Are these
for
all
pink.
the lenses here?
Pink to match my bike. I
No,
love
we've
it.
got more. We just can't display more.
Right, okay.
Ran out of space.
I don't know...
Lots of different ones.
yeah, I'm not sure what lens.
I think, well,
'cause I've had quite a few lenses
Do you know what?
now.
I really like this goldy coloured lens because
Yeah,
I've had that in mine and it's really nice.
Blingy in it.
Yeah, you like to be blingy, don't you?
Well, I've never dared have gold lens yet.
If you want, well,
That's very
this
Remco.
lens is less blingy, but it's reflective, so you can
match your
always.
umbrella.
You always do that.
That's my umbrella.
Match your umbrella.
Yeah, it's not my umbrella.
This is the gold lens.
So I really like the gold lens.
It's very Remco Evening Pool, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Is that just because he won gold though?
Yeah, but he wears gold and everything, doesn't he?
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one guy wins one Olympic medal and he just
He's got all gold all over.
cracks on, doesn't it? That's exactly what I would do though, to be fair.
He's
Well, they
got
look
he
nice,
has got
man.
style, but what are you saying?
They're nice.
Very serious pose.
Yeah.
They're cool. I actually really like them. I fancy the
They're a
white.
bit different, they are.
Yeah.
Then let's see the black.
I do like the gold lens though.
Oh yeah, I like them.
You prefer these?
I think I threw the lens in then.
So we tried the gold lens.
Do you want the gold lens in this?
That's what I'm thinking, because I
Yeah, I
actually
think
quite
the
like the
gold
gold
lens in that will be really nice. It's making it difficult for you.
No, that's the one, Kyle.
That's the one?
That's
Do
the
you
one.
think they look good?
Yeah, have a look at yourself in the mirror.
You need to have me on one really. Actually, I quite like the gold.
You've got your helmet in the bag, put it on.
No, I'm
They're nice, I like them.
I think
Got to
the
choose
white
these
is
bits and these bits now.
Yeah.
So after I've done Tour de France, that's going to be my tan line. So.
and squashes.
And the
Are really
squashy
good
sweets
snack.
bits Kyle loves. So just realised how bushy my hair looks. This is what the wind does to you. Right. What do you think, Kyle?
I like them.
Matching my outfits today, actually.
I really like them.
They're going to match your bikes.
Yeah, they're going to match
Yeah,
match
cool.
Pantera. Pink Panther, she's called.
Is she?
Yeah, well, it's
In
Pantera,
Italian.
in Italian Pantera.
Right, we've got the finalised items. Kyle, he's gone for white on white. The sleek
White,
look.
white, black and gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've gone for the pink with gold and the white to represent my tan lines.
That was absolutely great, and I'm so happy that Kyle got some
cutting across
glasses.
me again.
Sorry, Kyle. Well, I'm not cutting across you.
You are.
Oh, gee whiz. You should be happy, Kyle. You've just had some glasses.
No, but I'm happy, but I'm trying to direct and you're walking across me.
Oh, blooming heck.
There we go. That's better.
There's worse things going on in the world than me cutting across your mate.
No, but I can't turn right.
Hey, look at this.
Past the rain. Really happy with them. I
That's
think mine look
display.
really cool
They
actually.
do look really good. Right, we're in the Pizza Eye Inarello shop. That came out a bit wrong, but oh well. Basically, in about an hour and a half time, I'll be stood up there doing a talk. But we're just enjoying the dreamland that Pinarello is, to be honest with you. Hey, look at this, Kyle. Your book. Still doesn't feel real that this is my book. Got a book published. Still doesn't feel real this whole day. I met Bradley Wiggins, for goodness sake. What are you looking at, Kyle?
These, I haven't seen these in
You like these, do you?
Yeah, it's a cross bike.
Oh,
we saw them
cyclocross.
we saw them in Italy, didn't we?
Here's Dogma.
What?
Do you want a buttery biscuit base layer?
I do like that stuff. I want to get some of that.
It is nice.
Anyway, I'm going to cut the camera because I need to prep now. I need to get ready, get in the zone, get in the serious mode. I've done the talk, back at the tube. Someone bought me a rose, very nice. Everyone was so lovely. We're back with my dad.
You right there, Dad?
Mouse down here, look, it's running away.
Dad was like, oh, come and have a look down here. There's mice on the track. We're at Piccadilly
You can't sit
Circus.
still that bag.
It's like Piccadilly Circus round their house. Right, we nearly missed the train home to Derby because we're faffing around getting food, but Kyle's happy he's got a burger. Mum and Dad have left us. We're in second class, they're in first class.
We're the
because
poor
my dad
sissy.
always worked for trains, so they get free first class travel anywhere in the UK, so why wouldn't they? But you know, they won't even slum it in second with us for one day of their life.
Well, your dad won't.
Dad
Your
would, Mum would, but Dad wouldn't. Anyway, I've got a little noodle thing and some seaweed salad.
Edamame, Susan.
Got some noodles carb load for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm doing 200k and the next day 280k up to Glasgow to see the women's tour of Britain. So carb up, get home at 11 PM tonight and get up in the morning. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, really appreciate the experience this morning that we had at the Velodrome. So yeah, thank you to London 3 Day for that, and see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.